Good morning, everybody. We're ready to start in just a couple of minutes to another day trading day on April 30th. So let's see how today, Thursday, it's gonna go today. So we'll be starting in just a couple of minutes. All right, good morning, everybody. So right now we're checking out UAVS. Yesterday it was the winner of the day. It went crazy yesterday. Let's look it over here. So yesterday, and if you guys saw my live yesterday, I actually went on a small position with it and then got out stupid early. I am pissed at this one because it really didn't have any. I was somewhere over here at $1.19 and I saw a reversal somewhere over here. um I had seen kind of a reversal over here. So I got off super early, and after that, this stock blasted off from that $1.19, and it reached the high yesterday of $2.65, which is crazy. Uh, Actually $2.68. So, but now pre-market, it went all the way up to $3.47, but right now it's trading around 262. So now it's just not a good stock anymore. We'll keep an eye on it again, as it could go up again. So that's what we have to do right now, create some supports and resistances. So the biggest resistance I'm gonna create is yesterday's high. So it's gonna be over here around 260. There we go, 260. As you can see, it's right above that right now at 262. So that is it's gonna be either a strong support or a strong resistance. We'll keep an eye on that, but that's gonna be a timing to watch it. As you can see, over here somewhere around 280, that's gonna be a small minor support, I mean resistance. So we're gonna create an alert over here. So if it states scheduled to being open around 262, which it says it right down here where my mouse is at, I just can't hover it because it's gonna click on it. So it's scheduled to be open at 263. You see where that white box next to it, to the left of it, of that white box that just popped up on my mouse, it's going to be scheduled open to 263. So we're going to create an alert over here around 280 and see what happens after that. So 280, so we'll create that small alert right there and see which direction is going to be this stock is going to be heading. I want to create a double alert, so I'm gonna create one there at 280 and another one somewhere around $3, just to get two alerts and see how actually it is moving, because it could hit this one, but then it can go all the way up to that $3 mark and then bounce off from it and sell off. So we'll keep an eye on it and see what's up. So right now it has a pre-market volume of 4 million already, and if it crashes, we're gonna create an alert over here at 259. That way we know it got sold off. Remember, you can always make money in the upside and then on the downside too. On the downside is called short selling, and damn, look at that, it just spiked up to 290. There's probably no news for it, so besides everyone talking about how the shares keep on getting higher and higher in the previous in the pre-market, so that's not fun. So there's no actual news, it's just continuing. So we'll see if it continues past that 347, or is it going to hit that 347 and then get dumped again. It's just being sold off again. CPE, we're looking over here at CPE. It's an energy stock. There's no news about it. So the question you gotta ask yourself is, why the hell is this stock moving if there's no news? You can go a little deeper and investigate, but probably this month, if you probably look at the financial history of this stock, you'll probably find that they need money. It's the coronavirus. Everybody needs, all the companies, all businesses need some type of money, so they're trying to find a way of needing themselves some money. So that's what that's what they're trying to do over here. So I can't really create any support and resistance. I already have some, and as you can see, it's above that above the 90 cents support that I created. And of course, yesterday, I believe yesterday I had seen this one, and as you can see, it actually started trading up later on the day, probably midday. and to the rest of the day, and then continue doing in the aftermarket hours, and then it continued doing so to today around to $1.02. So yesterday it closed at 77 cents, and then now it's trading around 92 cents. So again, this company probably needs some money, so they're trying to pump their stock and get their investors some money, and try to get some capital again. That's what some businesses like to do, especially in the stock market. So that's how businesses are. Welcome to the business world and the stock market. Or to make it short, welcome to Wall Street. I'm not even actual Wall Street, but you know what I mean. That's what the saying it refers to. So with this stock, like I said, I already have my support and resistance. Pre-market wise, my resistance is gonna be right here at $1.12. Boom, there at $1.12, and then I'm gonna create an alert over here. I'll create it over here at $1. That dollar mark, that's perfectly fine. Just gonna put one whole dollar, and we'll keep an eye on that. OAS, any news? No news. Again, it's another energy stock. Again, oil prices have been stabilizing themselves, so all these energy and oil companies are probably starting to move up, and that's what some of them are actually doing. They're just slowly moving up. This one has a pre-market volume of 5 million already. Jeez. And if you look at the daily average, has a daily volume of 44 million. So it's not even a quarter of its regular average volume. That's crazy. I don't like this stock. It's very choppy. Yeah, I could pick up something, but this is like a true penny stock. As you can see, if you look at the spread or the level 2 over here at the blue section, this is the level 2, and the spread, basically the difference between the buying and the selling, it's very short, it's very small, the spread. So the difference is 67 cents over here and 68 cents. The spread, it's again the difference of these. So right now it's at 68 over here, and then 69, so that'll be at one penny of a difference. So that's a 1 penny difference of spread. So it's very tight. So you can buy like a lot of shares with this. So buying a lot of shares, if it moves up like 5 cents, 3 cents, you could lose a lot of money or you can gain a lot of money, but it's gonna be very quickly, because again the spread is just very small. So this is already a volatile stock, especially no news. There's no support. It's trying to make you think that there's some support over here in the 200 simple moving average, this big yellow line over here, but there's actually no support at all. There's nothing at all. So ugly stock. I wouldn't even want to trade it. And if you want to trade it, remember, you just have to be very risky, because again it's very volatile. I already know it myself. It's just, and to me it's just not ugly. So we're gonna move on to the next, SNGX. It looks like I already have like some history. I traded this stock in the past, and so all these lines, it's called this is a Fibonacci lines that I've created. I'm guessing in the past. I don't know where, but this stock is still trading within these Fibonacci lines, so that's really good. For me, because I already did some of this work. As we can tell, they're over here at $1.98. Let's go back. So over here at $1.98, it's picking. It's where it picked up again. As we can see, just recently on April 16th, they had a huge volume, but it was a red volume, so it sold off. I don't know why it went up and then it sold off quickly. They probably had some big news. If you look at the news list over here, there was no news. April 17th, nothing at all. So I don't know why this stock, again, they probably need some money. And same thing, they needed some money and they got shorted because there's nothing at all, which is fake news. What they did, they threw some fake news to make some money. So going back inside pre-market, we see some resistance over here at $1.90. So we're gonna create that small resistance right there. Actually, instead of making a resistance, because I already have a resistance at $1.98, we're gonna make that $1.90 mark an alert. So make an alert right there. And of course, if it sells off, I'm gonna create an alert over here at $1.70. That way I know. I think I messed up one of these. No, I didn't. Okay, good. So there we go. So we can create an alert right here, and then we'll create an alert over here at $2. Yeah, let's just stick to whole numbers over here. So $2. That's good. So I got my alert on that. Let's see where UAVS is at. Look at that pre-market. So schedule over here. So the white box popped up. Scheduled to open at $3.15. So it's definitely gonna keep on trending up. But again, remember, it's we gotta be a little bit careful because it's a little bit extended in the price. I know the news are very good. So I was going over the news yesterday, and they did a testing on 6 people about their. Oh, actually, was this the one? Oh no, this it was a different one. It was a whole different one. This one had $1 million mixed shelf. So they're basically giving some of they're selling off some of the shares from a certain investor. So this is actually very scary. So because this stock could easily pop up. Let's look at the history. I'm gonna do 5 years. I'm gonna do 5 years, and I bet you I'm gonna find some flaws right here. So where's it trading right now? Around $3.15. So I'm gonna head over to this section right here because it looks like it got very populated. So the next resistance could be somewhere over here on the $4. $4 right there. And then if anything, if this stock goes crazy, there's these dots. Oh, this my epic pen. Boom. Where you at? Where you at? Pop up. Pop up. Come on. There you are. Alright, let's move here. Alright, so with my epic pen, we're gonna create a couple dots. We're gonna create a quick square right here. Actually, we'll go with the dots. All right. So, if anything, if this stock goes crazy, people are probably gonna wanna all these huge lines. These huge lines right here. That line right there. Some people are probably gonna want to. They probably lost some money quickly, and this one right here too. So these people probably lost money quickly, so they probably want to make up some of their money. So if anything, this stock has the potential of going all the way up to $6, $7 or $8. That's the max, because again, these people wanna make their money up here. So that's gonna be something that we gotta keep an eye on and see if that's true. That's gonna happen. Again, if there's enough volume, and then if there's enough angry people who lost money over here, this stock has the potential of coming all the way up here. So I'm gonna create a resistance over here at $7. And again, if anything, we definitely gotta keep an eye on that. So we're gonna create a letter over here at 348. If it crosses that pre-market high, I'll take 349. That's fine. If it creates if it gets past it, we know where the next resistance is at, just at $4. And if it gets past that, we know where the next resistance is gonna be, which is at $7. And if it starts getting closer to that $7 mark, even $6.50, and people start selling off, then that's a huge potential right there. But again, we gotta wait it out and see if there's any support from the moving averages, or anything at all. So this could be UAVS, could be a big stock to watch. Let's keep on going to TXMD. TXMD yesterday had a good day. It was a good day yesterday for TXMD. Kept on trading up. So let's see. Let's look at the history. Remember, always you gotta look at the history. Always you gotta look at the history of this stock. As you can tell, I have some lines over here, so we know which direction this stock is going. Let's remove that. We'll keep that there. Let's move this one. There's new supports and resistances. There's support right here at 350. There's some support over here at 220 to 230. We'll go with 230. And right now it's trading somewhere around where? Around, oh look, when you look at that, 250. So it's trading over here around 250. We have a huge gap over here, so it can probably fill up this gap. Over here around 320. That's probably what it's trying to do. Do I have this one as my watch list for yesterday? There we go. I think I added this stock yesterday to my watch list. Oh, nope, not trying to open that. Here we go. I'll open all of them. So the reason I create this list is, and you guys can probably copy some of it, get some of them. It's the most recent stuff. Of course, you can watch my live stuff. That's where I get them from. But TXMD, that's something I always want to go back in history and see how it did. So again, there's a gap over here. That's where you see this huge orange arrow, because there was a gap down. So what but since there's a gap down, let me actually check the history. If there's a gap down, which over here we can see it, there's another gap down over here, so another big orange arrow. As we can see, it gapped down, and then it kind of created this kind of like U shape. So you can see over here, let's do yellow. So it created this U shape. It created that U shape right there. So basically, it went up to kind of fill this gap again. So as you can see, over here, it's already full because it gapped down. But is it gonna get filled again? And it got filled over here on this date over here. So that's one section right there that I got. So based on the history of that one, and if it's just one gap down that it filled, it's not good enough. So it's kind of like a 50-50 thing if it's gonna fill that gap again. So we have to go back in history, and it looks like I did my analysis in the past, and same thing, it gapped down in the past and it filled that gap. So that's twice. This one right here, did it get filled? This one did not. Oh, actually, this one did too. This big one right here. Look at this one. So this one, same thing too. Huge mark right here on 775. Gap down. Going up and down, up, down. But eventually it filled, almost filled that gap. So this stock has a history of filling gaps. So and there's multiple points that tell me that it's filled a gap in the past. So that's 3 of them. That's already very good already to me. So if I predict this right for myself, it's probably gonna fill this gap over here again from where it's trading right now. Where's at 210? It's probably gonna fill this gap again. As we can see, it was kind of creating that kind of U shape. So it would have been like this, but it did it faster. So it went up here and then boom. So this is not even this is not even a good gap fill. So it's actually not going to make that gap fill again, because it's just the way the momentum is going. If you look at it, it's supposed to keep on going like this and then slowly come back up again. But again, because of the last month of the coronavirus, everybody needs money, so this company is doing something to make some money. Because again, are there any news about it? Probably not. No news. So yeah, so this stock is definitely not going to fill this gap anytime soon. If it does, it's probably go all the way up to probably 290, and it's probably gonna sell off. But just the way the momentum is going, it's definitely not a good trade automatically. So let's move on to the next one. Oh, another gap filler over here. MRO. Where's MRO trading right now? So pre-market, it's at 678. So this stock just filled this gap. Same thing over here. See that little U shape? it's over here now. So there's, and if we look at the pre-market, it was already, if we look, it was already over here at 678. So let's look at here, 678, boom, bounce off from that. So this stock is done. It's probably gonna get short sold. To me, it's already too much to trade on. Again, I like to trade on between $1 to $3 to $4. Penny stocks, $7 already kind of way too much for me. So, but basically, what I was just talking about the previous stock TXMD, about that U-shape gap fill. As we can see, it's a whole different stock over here. It's a this is an oil company, and then boom, created that U shape, kind of like that cup, kind of like a cup shape, and it filled this gap over here. So if you would have gone over here somewhere around $5, where I have this resistance, I don't know when I created this, and then you would have held it to fill this gap, it would have been a good 33% gain. So that's very good right there. I'm not gonna trade that stock again. It's too volatile for me. This one, what is this? VXRT. Ooh, they got some news. HC Wainwright and Co. Ameritrade VR6 with a buy and raises the price target from $3 to $7. So it has a new price target of $7. Okay. At 5 a.m., they announced pretty critical data for its oral COVID-19 vaccine program. VXRT, a robust boosting of immune response observed after a second dose. Announces preclinical data of all coronavirus. It says robust boosting of immune response observed after a second dose. Okay, so some COVID-19 boosting stuff for the immune system. So let's close this. So, dude. All right, so I have a resistance over here at 340. Below it, it's scheduled to open around 338. Okay. So we're gonna sell alert over here around. We're at 350. 350, and if it sells off over here at 330. Boom. All right. So, Jesus. Look at that. UAVS pre-market. It went from $2, that $2.80 alert that I created, all the way up to 349. Damn. This could be a crazy stock today. All right, so 3, 2, 1, let's go. Stock market is open. So of course I'm getting all the alerts from UAVS. Okay, open at 366. Again, it's probably gonna get short sold because it's already very extended and there's no news. I know they have positive news yesterday, but for today there's nothing going on besides being extended, and of course it's gonna get extended even more. Of course, UABS, it's trending up. We have the resistance at $4, open at 366 again, but there's no big news about UAVS besides the COVID-19 stuff, which is good. But again, it would have been a good, for me, it would have been a good buy right when I hit that the 370 mark. But again, what I'm keeping an eye on for is for it to keep on going up, probably bounce off from this resistance and then crash down really hard, because again there's no big news on it. As you can tell, it's in the top of the list right now, and then it's hitting that $4 it's hitting that $4 resistance very hard. But of course the supply and demand is probably going to push it up. There's going to be a lot of supply for this, or a lot of buyers, but again the volatility is extremely high because this price is already getting extended way too much. I don't know, who was it? SNGX. There it is, just like that. I was telling you guys. Oh, cross below it. Told you it's gonna be that $4. That $4 a huge resistance. We have a long wick already right there, and then just watch this huge red bar gonna start creating over here. Watch that huge red bar get created. So if we would have gone over here at that 366, if I would have gone over here at that 366 and then held it, I would have made my 10%. That would have been a good 10% for me. It would have been a good trade. But again, it was already getting super extended, so I was waiting for this huge red bar. I could have easily traded, but again, I know my risk and I know my history on this stock. Again, I've traded UAVS in the past, so I know how it is, and the price was super extended. I understand there's some good news about it, but otherwise there's really nothing much about it anymore. So we have TRIB who's moving up. The volume for today is only 35% of its daily average of 800,000. Slowly moving up. The volume is just not there for it to get traded. I like the setup because the next resistance is around $2.10. It spiked up, but there's no news about it. So like I like it, but I hate it. Especially with low volume, it's very volatile. Hello. Okay, we have LIVX creating some momentum. There's no news. It has some resistance over here around 260, actually 280. Has some resistance over here around 280. The volume is slowly picking up. Actually, the daily average, well, the daily average just changed. Why did it just change? EXPR moving very crazy. Or no, there's no news about it. I saw some resistance over here around 260. It spiked up to 250. Leaf. Let's put them over here. Let's put Leaf. LEAF. EXPR. And then TRIB. Let's delete some of these. All right. So Leaf. There's no major resistance on Leaf. There's no close resistance. I draw it out. That's what it's doing right here. So there's resistance over here, but that's not even a good resistance point. I'm gonna put it out. And we'll do $2, and I'm gonna do this one right here, around 160. That's what it traded up to. 159. And then EXPR. The REX doing the same thing too. Low volume, 20%, 500,000, and its regular daily average 2 million. TRIB, same thing. I'm gonna create an alert over here that it passes $1.81. Okay. We'll create an alert over here at 251. 52 is fine. If it has enough momentum, we know. Leaf. There you go, that 160 resistance, it's very strong. So now it's selling off. REX. And the reason I like to go back and forth on stocks, it's because I always want to look at time frames. I could do what I did yesterday, was where I can look at two stocks at the same time. But what I hate about this is I'm only able to look at one time frame. And I rather look at I rather look at one chart with one stock with 2 time frames. Jeez. Okay. All right, so CREX, another one. Oh, it's this one right here. CREX that create some resistance. All right, let's look here. There's no news on CREX. That's being a big mover. LIBX. The resistance there at 280, like I had drawn out, but getting super extended too. We put an alert over here on 264. I'm just waiting for the right. As you can see, like some of these stocks are getting sold off, so I'm just waiting for the right moment. LVX above. Let me put LVIX here. Yes, I know, wrong stock symbol. LIVX. All right. So across that 264 mark, now it's at 269. The level 2 looks good. That's a good entry. Resistance at 280. Volume is already very good. So for me to make my 10%, you can tell this stock, if I were to jump in right now, you will see that this stock has to go all the way up to 295. Do I believe this stock has the potential of going to 295? Not with this resistance over here at 280. So my risk to reward ratio on this stock is just really not there whatsoever. Let's look at another. So band stuff right here around 255. So I'm gonna make this actually 250. So we'll see where this at right there. EXPR. Again, this will be a good entry point right here, but it's still bearish because of the 5-minute mark. As you can see, the 5-minute mark, there's a huge green bar, but then there's a small little hammer look candle. Of course, the trend, there's no reversal candle here just yet, so this EXPR is still a little bit bullish. This right here, if this was a hammer, This would have been a good, but it's not as strong. But the volume is there too. 2 million. It's only at 1 million right now. It's gonna spike up. Within the next 5 minutes, it's gonna go from 1 million to 2 million. Up an alert at $4. There has to be something better. Nope. Oh, that's it, because just a couple days ago, CRX went crazy. More like on the 28th. I remember that. We're actually gonna lower this alert to the high of this. Replace. UAVS making a comeback. So as you can see, like there's a lot of stocks that are reconciliating. So it spiked up to that 424, it sold off, and now the trend is getting up there. There's no support line whatsoever. So it's probably gonna head over to that $4 mark back and forth until eventually it probably might sell off. So CREX, there we are. We're starting to pick up some trend. My alert's over there at 360. Level 2, I see 330 starting to pop up. So there's still a good momentum and the upside. So I would have gone right there around between 313 and 315. I would have gone in right there before I hit that 320. So that would be a good mark right there. Oh, we have a reverse hammered reversal. So basically the way the trend was going, it went like this, and this little candle was confirmed. This reverse hammer is confirming a downtrend, so definitely. But as we can see, there is something very good looking over here, which is higher low, probably a higher low right here, and then probably it's gonna be a higher low coming up. We just have to wait and confirm it, but it's still a higher low. So actually, let me make this better. So actually, one higher low, 2, 3, 4 little higher lows. The 4 little pigs. The only 3, but so yep. So I'm expecting another higher low. Of course, the volume is starting to die down. So if I would have gotten in, like I said, around that $3.13, 313, 315, I would have been down so far 15 cents. And then for me to make my 10% mark, let's do 313. This stock would have had to go all the way up to 350. Yeah, somewhere around 350. So the higher low mark, yeah, just failed. So, but as we can see, we have a double top. Oh, we have a double top where boom, boom. So this is kind of like a head and shoulders. So it's probably gonna head out this way and then sell off. So it's a head and shoulders. Uh, so this is this is one of the shoulders. This is the head, and this is probably gonna be another shoulder over here, and then sell off. So there it is. There's the other shoulder right there, like I told you. So that shoulder, the head, and another shoulder, and or if the momentum picks up, it could probably be another momentum trade. Or what I could probably see, is another momentum picking up right here. So it's an ascending wedge. Probably pick up right here, bounce off, and it can go south. So there's two possibilities right there. Let's see what's going on. RAND just spiked up, and I see a huge whoa. How come this didn't pop up? What was the volume over here? 5,059. It should have popped up as momentum over here. Open at 218. What? Wow. CREX, so you can see, it broke off that 320 mark. Well, there's some resistance right there at 320. It went up to 330, so that's the high of the day, 332. I had jumped in a little bit earlier, around 313. I could have probably bought more shorts to average down, but again, I have to wait until it gets to that 340 for me to get my 10%. That's my goal. Looking at the level 2, it's definitely going to get up there to that 340, 350 mark. So let's hit over here. So 345 is what it needs to get for me to get it up there. I'm starting to see some resistance right there at 340, 338 actually. But it would have been good to get at 313, average down, so that way I can get it closer to like $3. And then if I were to average down to $3, then I would have definitely been up my 10% right now. So that would have been a good move. But and they're expected this huge volume right here. So there it is, 343, 345. But I got in a little bit too early, and would have not averaged down. I probably would have had that 330, so I would have got my mark right there at 345. But as we said, like I had said, there's some resistances. I mean, there was a multiple patterns that I had created. There was a head and shoulders. We thought it was gonna go down. I noted there was a kind of always a weird ascending wedge. So it was very, very tight. to redo that one. It was just very tight. Of course, it like spiked up, but then now it's selling off very fast. So I had a good risk, but again, the good strategy was for me to get in at 313. I would have never guessed for me to average down, because I would have never expected this spike, because again, I was expecting a head and shoulder moves, and of course it faked me out um, with both the ascending wedge as well. So once that happened, again, I got faked out with it. So I would have never expected for it to um, rise up like that. And of course now it's getting sold off right quickly. All right, so MTDR. I was looking at its history. I talked about how this stock filled its gap, and this thing went crazy. It was slow and steady, and it's still getting up there. I didn't want to trade it because it was again way too much for me. For other traders with more capital, of course, it would have been a good trade. But this would have been a good trade right here. Getting in right there at that $7 mark, and then to where it is now, it would around $9. It would have been, or even 9.19. That would have been a good 29, 30% gain. So this stock, I didn't expect for it to do this, especially there's no news about it. Actually, there was some small news. They post their higher quarter 1 results. They posted quarter 1 results. I'm guessing there must have been positive for it to get a good, again, for you to get at that $7 mark, because that 648 resistance that I had created based from the gap, it was a support. So that's why it bounced off from that support, just above that support on 660, and then boom, it blasted off. And of course now we're seeing some resistance over here around that around $9 over here, $9. And then the next resistance, it's over here around $12, $12.10. So there we go. We have all those resistances right there. Of course, this $9 mark, it looks like it's a very strong one. Looking at the 5-minute, we can see that it definitely is. There's a huge spike over here, with the long wick on top of this candle. So that's showing us a possible reversal over here. UAVS did it again. UAVS did it again too. It broke off the pre-market high, which I believe was 349. Right? Was it the pre-market high? Yeah, it broke off, and then now it's at $4, $5. So I was waiting for that bounce back. Of course, I was paying attention to some other stocks. There was no really any big support over here, because this right here is the 20 SMA. This is the 50. So there was no support at all whatsoever. So it's still getting extended. So again, I was waiting for it to like sell off at first, because again it was getting too much over here around $4.24, and then it sold off. Then I was waiting for a bounce back, and then this point right here was a good bounce back right here. And then ever since that point, actually moved up, since that 360 point mark all the way up now to $5, would have been a 40% gain right there. So that was a pretty good. All the stocks that I talked about today, a lot of movement. Of course, I didn't trade any because I was waiting for the right moves. but I missed on the right moves on MTDR, and that's perfectly fine. I was trying to get on CREX. CRX would have been a good trade as well. It would have been a good 10% gain right there for me. But UAVS, I missed on it. I disregarded it. So that's why it's always good to like pay attention to a couple stocks that you see that have again, you just have to wait for the right moment. Don't just jump on the trade like right now. Oh, let me jump on UAVS because it's at $5. No, you have to like wait for it to reconciliate to see what's gonna happen next. You don't want to jump on high and then sell low. I mean, unless you're gonna be short selling, that's definitely good, which will be a good opportunity right now. As we can see, UAVS just started to crash, stupid crazy. It went up from $5 all the way to now being at 450. So that's already 10% right there. And it came down over here to 422. So that's 15% coming off. So again, there's a lot of opportunities being made right now with UAVS. There's a huge opportunity being made from the bounce back, and then now to like short selling it. It's a great opportunity to short sell this. And then keep an eye on CREX. CRX volume's still there, but of course, UAVS with 75 million in volume for today. That's crazy. That's what drove it. It's always one of the biggest factors for a stock to move. It's always volume. If the volume is not there, it's very volatile. It can spike up, it can spike down very easily. The momentums can truly shift at any given second in less than the blink of an eye, truly. But now when you have this much volume, you have a controlled environment on this stock, and the trends can be very steady, and then once the trends finish off and the reverse move happens, it can be very quickly. So that's why you always got to be very quickly, have like a broker that trades very easily. That's why Robinhood is not a good way to trade. I use it from time to time to make some trades, some other trades, but again, it's really hard to keep an eye on this stock and then try to execute an order on a different try to keep an eye on this broker and the chart on this broker, TD Ameritrade, and then try to make a trade on a different broker, hence Robinhood. And because you have to really make your orders right away, because again, things can shift one way or another very fast, as we can see right here with UAVS. It went up from $5 within 3 minutes. It went from 515 all the way down to 443, where it's trading right now. So again, you always want to have a broker that is able to execute orders right away, and of course you want to be very smart, very manage and risk your trades sufficient enough for you to either capitalize, or if you're losing some money, to cut your losses right away. So that's been one of the biggest rules. If you're losing money, cut your losses right away. Don't try to average down with what I was trying to do with CREX, where I would have gone in at 313, or was it CREX? Yeah, with CREX, where I would have gotten over here at 313, and then I would have averaged down. But what if this huge green bar never happened? It would have sold off, and then I would have lost more money than I would have traded with. So, but hence that's what didn't happen. So averaging down is not always good in day trading, because you can lose money very fast. Especially you putting in more money, you could lose more money right away. So again, always risk management is one of the biggest things you always got to watch out for. keep an eye on it. So UAVS is reconciliating again. A small little trend, but of course you're getting faked out over here. If I remember right, this is a black tail cat something. Let me look it up. I learned it from the show Billions. I never knew about this. Uh, oh, here it is. I found it. So it's let's say if you're trying to short sell a stock, meaning that you're trying to buy high and then sell low. Um, it's called a dead cat bounce. So this is a dead cat bounce over here. Um, Basically, what it means, I'll define it to you right now. It basically means like a temporary recovery in share prices after a substantial fall. Um, so after a substantial fall, here, hence we have this substantial fall right here. A dead cat mouse. This was this right here. It's like a small recovery that it's happening, but we know which direction the stocks could be heading. Hence, it's called a dead cat bounce. So again, that's for short selling. Again, short selling is buying high and then selling low, which if you look at that pattern, if you search up that pattern, that's what's really just happened over here. It's a dead cat bounce on the 1 minute time frame. And yeah, so I seen this again. I learned this from a show called Billions. And then look at that. Truly search up that pattern right there, a dead cat bounce, because that's what truly just happened over here. There was a substantial fall, and then of course there's that dead cat bounce right there, and then boom, look at that. So UAVS went from $5.15 all the way down to $4. So this would have been a good gain for short selling, because I already knew UAVS. The reason I traded from the beginning, it was already kind of super extended, so I didn't expect for it to get past that $4 mark, but of course it did. And then now it would it would have been a good capitalize again both ways. Jumping in over here, you would have gone around 360, like I said, to $5. That would have been a 36 gain. And then now short selling it from up there to where it is now, another 20% gain. So you would have made 50% gain from this stock. It would have been a good trade. I just got an alert about TRIB that it crossed $1.81 to $1.82 now. As we can see, it was range trading, so basically it was staying within these borders right here, and then now it's breaking off from that right there. So that it's a good entry right here with TRIB at that $1.83 where it was right there. So let's say you were to get $1.83 for you to make your 10%. This stock has to go to $2. So now you gotta ask yourself, if you would have got in even at $1.86, it has to get past $2. You have to ask yourself, does the stock have the potential of going to up to $2? You gotta look at the level 2 and see if $2 is starting to appear. 216 is starting to come up. It looks like it's gonna break this the pre-market high of $1.93, but it looks like it's getting a little bit extended. So 10% probably not happening. We'll create an alert that if it passes $1.94, that's good, and then we'll create another alert at $2. 201, that's good. So yeah, back again with UAVS, bouncing off right here from that entry point that we would gotten, which was at 360, 370 before it broke off. So it looks like 370 was a resistance level right over here before it broke off. So let's see, 369, 370. 369, 370, yep, that's where it broke off. And then that's where it just bounced off from, right over here. So a low of 368. And it's making a reversal. But of course, keep an eye. Remember, people are trying to short sell this. So they're trying to short sell. Of course, there's a dead cat mouse pattern right there. And it keeps on selling again. And another is trying to recover itself again, but of course, again, we know which direction UAVS could we start heading over, but of course we have the $4 mark being a support. So a lot of potentials today. UAVS both on the uptrend and on the downtrend. For the day, CREX, it would have been a good entry point. Again, I was talking about getting at around 313, but of course I never expected this, so it would have been good to average down. But remember, don't average down on your losses unless you're investing. Of course, if you're investing long term, you always want to average down because you want bigger returns long term. MTDR, it's still between that at that $9 mark. So it still wants to make something, but as we can see, this is starting to curl. If we look at this moving average, it's slowly starting to curl. So you can probably see a price drop. Same thing over here. You can probably see a price drop coming down. on MTDR. But that was a good hour of trading from 6:30. Of course, I went live before, so it's a good hour and a half of you getting more knowledge, seeing some stuff live. Hopefully, it's able to help you out. Any comments, let me know. Any questions, comments, concerns, always let me know. I'll definitely respond to you. Of course, let me know if you made some profit, if you didn't make any profits today, what you traded, what stock did you trade, what stocks did you invest on. Because again, right now with the way the market is, there's a lot of potentials. Again, there's always potentials in the downtrend and in the uptrend. And of course, I recommend two things. I'm gonna recommend right now for you is actually three things. One is get yourself a fast broker. I'll definitely recommend ThinkorSwim by TD Ameritrade. Two, I'll recommend for you to watch, because everybody's at home, watch the show Billions. If you have not, you'll learn a lot about strategies, about how investors, how CEOs, how big companies like to think about money management and what they like to do, and for them to like pump up their stocks, and then about short selling too. You'll learn a little bit about that. And another thing I'll recommend is actually a movie. It's called The Big Short. Um, so that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil more stuff about those two, the last two. But of course, like I said, the biggest one is get yourself a fast brokerage, because you don't want to use the app Robinhood, because you gotta execute orders right away. If you're trying to make money, it has to be right away. With this one, if it comes to day trading, you can't be waiting for too long. So that is it for the live trading today on April 30th. Again, there was a lot of good opportunities. Remember, you can't always jump on all the opportunities. You always got to get like a few of them. So always try to execute as fast as possible, and then maximize as much as possible. And of course, always uh, make your risks. Prepare your risk and know what you're risking. Find out what your risk to reward ratio is, and then from there you should be a profitable day trader. So again, any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments down below. I'll definitely respond to it. Follow me on Instagram if you want to DM me for more tips, or again anything else whatsoever. And from there, I'll see you guys tomorrow on another live trade at 5:55 a.m. Analyzing the stocks pre-market, try to find out what's happening. I usually don't trade on Fridays, but of course, if the opportunity is there, no doubt. So again, let me know in the comments down below what you traded, how much money did you made, how much money did you lose, what you invest on. Any questions, comments, concerns, any tips, anything at all whatsoever, let me know down below. And again, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5:55 a.m. pre-market to analyze some stocks and then find some opportunities. And if you find some opportunities, I'm definitely going to trade something, and then find my reward to risk ratio. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.